J.M. Irving Books.
Hey everybody, it's your boy J.M. Irving. Ooh. Welcome to another episode of J.M. Irving Books. If you can see by the title, actually I'm gonna scoot you close a little because I feel like I don't like being this far from you. Oh, I don't like being this far. Okay. Anyways, okay, so today's video is gonna be about the 7 books that I read last year. Okay, listen. Don't you say nothing, okay? 7, excuse me, the number 7 is God's perfect number, so therefore I am blessed, okay? It may not be 300 or 200 or 100 even, but 7 is good, okay? Because like I said, it's God's perfect number. So, there are some books that I read last year, and for the most part, they are all above 4s, so I mean, they have to like, I have to showcase them, you know what I'm saying? And one of them is very, very special to me personally because it's by another fellow indie author that I follow. We follow each other on Instagram, and you get a chance to see the price of that one for the end. But let's go ahead and dive. Let's go ahead and dive right in. The first one is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. Like I said, I was gonna do like a totally different video for this one, but I was like, might as well go ahead and do it so it can seem like I read more books. Okay, anyways, I think I gave this one a 4.5. It was a very, very good story. I think I can see, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I can see that Alice Feeney, she kind of does similar things in the 2 books that I've read, but I really, really enjoyed, like I said, I just read Rock, Paper, Scissors by her. And then, but this one, like I said, I gave it a 4.5. And I'm not sure if it's just because, like, excuse me, I got sick while reading this book, and so this is actually referred to by a friend, I can probably put her tag right. It's called A Thriller Bookshelf, and so she reads a whole bunch of thrillers and stuff like that, and it really inspires me to get like more into those. Especially as a thriller author, I like to get like inspiration from other authors and stuff like that. So, and this is one I found, excuse me, by her, and it was really good. Like I said, it was really just, excuse me, like mysterious and dark and stuff like that. If you don't know what the story, the premise of it, Amber Reynolds, she wakes up in the hospital and she can't move, she can't speak, and she can't open her eyes. She can hear everyone around her, but they have no idea. So she doesn't remember what happened to her. She doesn't know what's going on. But this, I'm telling you, I'm remembering everything now. This is a very, very good story, and I think this one's supposed to be an adaptation as well. I think that, I can't remember her name, but she's the lady that played Daphne in the old Scooby-Doo, excuse me, the Scooby-Doo movies, and I'll probably put her picture right here. But she's supposed to be playing Amber, I believe, and it was just a really good book. Like, it's one of those really kind of like domesticated like thrillers where it deals with, of course, the main character, but then people that she's around and stuff like that. She kind of questions whether or not her husband has something to do with her condition, and then she questions like her sister and stuff like that. And so it was a really, really good, really good book. And it's called Sometimes I Lie. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. It's called Sometimes I Lie. So there's some lying going on up in here.
Why you always lying?
Okay, so you can't always trust the POV of the person that's reading, like the main character even. You know what I'm saying? And I love that she does that, because a lot of times in certain books, even in like the movies and stuff like that, we sort of just automatically trust the main character. And I love that this with her, with Alice Feeney, that's not always the case, because sometimes they are not, they're not, what's the word? I can't find it. They're not, I can't find the word. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They are not like,
2 hours later.
Oh, I can't find the word. They are not, trusted. I'll say it like that. They're not trusted, narrators. They're not trustworthy as narrators. So, pay attention to that if you read this book. Okay. My next read, it's a spicy one. Okay.
Why is it spicy?
Okay. It was all over the interwebs. It blew up. This is this author's first thriller novel, and you may know just by me saying that, is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book The spice is nice.
Nice.
This is a great book. I really, really loved it. It was so thrilling. This is like the first book that I've ever read where I had like just a jump scare, and I actually jumped while reading it. I was like, whew. I jumped because like there's some things in here. It's like really, really, really good. And if you don't know the story, it's about a woman named Verity. She is the author, and so then Lowen Ashley, she's a struggling writer. She's trying to get her trying to get her foot in the door and stuff like that. Again, and so she gets this opportunity of a lifetime to write or to ghostwrite for this amazing author in her universe. And, and something's happened to her. You know what I'm saying? Something's happened to Verity. And so she discovers some documents and stuff like that, excuse me, she discovers some documents that are kind of like, they're kind of sus.
Suspicious.
You know what I'm saying? And just the whole, like, I could read this again. Like, along with Rock, Paper, Scissors, I could read this book again, probably like 2 or 3 other times. So, I give this one a 5 stars, because, I mean, just look at the cover and also too, if y'all want to be a blessing to your boy, she actually put out, one with like an extra chapter, a bonus chapter. So if y'all want to get that from me, I mean, we can figure something out, right? I mean, y'all love me, right? So, I mean, yeah. But this is definitely a 5 star. So I would definitely say this is like probably like one of my top 3 recommended of the year, you know what I'm saying, of 2022. So this is like so good. So yeah. The next one is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. And in my previous video, I told you I'm starting to read the guest list, and I actually started it, and I'm actually about 20 pages in, and it's really, really good. I liked the thriller aspect. It's another seemingly like Agatha Christie kind of type of like telling, you know what I'm saying? There's people going to an island, it's like mysterious, it's going to be like a murderer or something like that. And like I said, for me, some people may get tired of it, but I don't get tired of, reading Agatha Christie kind of like books. I don't get tired of it. I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that because, I just feel like you can never do too much telling or retelling the classics, and I just really, really am enjoying it. But this is not about that book. Sorry, it's about this one. It's kind of similar in the regard of like there's like a few people let me find the girl's name. Jess needs a fresh start. She's broken alone, and she's just left her job under less than ideal circumstances. Her half-brother Ben didn't sound thrilled when she asked if she could crash with him for a bit, but he didn't say no. And surely will look better than Paris. I'm sorry, but surely everything will look better from Paris. Only when she shows up, she to find a very nice apartment. Could Ben really have afforded this? He's not there. The longer Ben stays missing, the more Jess starts to dig into her brother's situation, and the more she has. I'm sorry, and the more questions, if I can read right, and the more questions she has. Ben's neighbors are an eclectic bunch, not particularly friendly. Jess may have come to Paris to escape her past, but it's starting to look like Ben's future that's in doubt. Everyone's a neighbor, everyone's a suspect, and everyone knows something that they're not telling. So, like I said, I think I really, really enjoyed it. There was like some spice in this one as well. Or just say like this, Ben's brother is a player. I said Ben's brother. And just his brother Ben is a player, and yeah, it was a really good book. Like I said, I could probably read one again as well. And this one's called The Paris Apartment, as you can see. What I was trying to say is that I gave this book a 4.8 stars. Like, the writing was very good. It was very engaging. I really enjoyed just the plot and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good storytelling. And also, it is oh yeah, so the guest list actually was a Reese's Book Club pick. So yeah, that's really cool. So fun fact, right? So the next book is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I told y'all before, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I feel like I have like the magic touch or like the miracle, something. I got something going on with these hands because each time I read a book or pick up a book, it becomes a movie adaptation, right? It's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. It just happens every single time I touch a book. a year later or a few months later and say, hey guys, we're gonna have a book where we're gonna turn this into a movie. And I'm just like looking at my books, like I'm touching my books, like this is my, like I'm touching my book, like if you want to get my book, it's on Amazon and stuff like that. But I'm touching it, like come on, when is it, Lord, when is it gonna happen for mine? Because each time it happens, for some reason, they turn into movies. So, but this book was really good. I was kind of concerned about the prequel aspect because Hunger Games was such an eclectic, such an iconic just story. You know what I'm saying? And I was just kind of concerned that if there's a prequel, it might ruin, excuse me, it might ruin like the storyline because I mean, you know, like I said, Hunger Games, the trilogy was just very, very good by itself. I feel like I didn't need anything else to kind of bring to it. But let me tell you, my girl Suzanne Collins, she wrote this book. She wasn't playing around. She said, I'm gonna show y'all how to write prequels. I'm gonna show y'all how to write stuff like this. And it was very good. Like I said, I was really just kind of like, I think this was actually one of my, let's see. Yeah, this is one of my third person reads. And, you know, I actually gave it a 5 stars. And, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm like biased when it comes to like your rating. But I mean, I just really loved it. You know, and also too, I think I'm not trying to like toot my own horn though. But I think I'm good at choosing books. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like every book deserves a chance. Every author deserves a chance to get, you know, their book read, you know what I'm saying? But just for me personally, I don't go towards books that I feel like that are not my forte, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I feel like I'm good at choosing books, and so that's why I feel like a lot of these books have become 5 stars, 4.5 to 5 stars. You know, actually no, I wasn't last year in 2022, but there is a book that I will talk about that was under the 4 stars, you know what I'm saying? So the next one, okay, this is by one of my favorite authors. He's probably like my top, I would say he's probably like my favorite author, number 1, I would have to say, for different reasons. And I really enjoyed his first 2 novels. And this one is called 14 Ways to Die. You already probably saw my review on it on my earlier videos that I did last year, but I got sick around that time, so I just want to kind of do like a little refresher. I rated this one 5 stars, and I even gave it my little J.M. Irving book sticker just to show how much I loved it. It's like a stamp of like of approval, you know. And this one is about a girl named Jess, and her mother was murdered by the Magpie Man, and 10 years later, this killer is still at large, and she applies to a little kind of like internet reality show called The Eye. So and it says when she'll be filmed once a week for a whole day. All her social media, every text, and all personal interaction will be seen by viewers. She knows this is her chance to remind the public of what she lost and to finally find the vital clue that will lead to her lead her to her mother's killer. And so like, you know, all her stuff becomes like public property, and so she begins to kind of like call out the killer, you know, he claps back. And, you know, this book was just like, it was very just twisty and turny. It had like a lot of twists and turns, and the killer is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say pay attention to everything that it's in the book, because the killer is right there. And whenever I read a certain part, and then when I read who the killer was, I was like, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. And like I said, Vincent Ralph, he did a very great job. I mean, just look at the cover. He did a great job. And I've actually talked with him, and I told him how much I loved it, and he really loved, I put his little comment right here. He loved my review that I did last year, and you know, I look up to him. I don't know, I'm sitting so weird, but I look up to him in many ways, and just the twists and the turns and stuff like that. And I really love the story. The next one is also by him, and it was also a 5 stars. It's called Lock the Doors. This one is about a guy named Tom, and, you know, he moves into a dream home. He has some, you know, he has issues. He's had issues with, you know, previous like stepfathers and stuff like that. And so it's him and his mom. And so, you know, this kind of like that, you know, kind of dynamic where, you know, they're trying to find, his mom's trying to find a husband suitable for her. and you know, her son, and then he's trying to find a stable father, and it's just like part of him is kind of giving up, but then he finds a neighbor that moves in, and her name is Amy, and so she's kind of like mysterious, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is this girl, you know? And he kind of falls in love with her, and he starts to see some things, and he kind of wants to play like the savior and trying to help her, but then he kind of finds himself in certain positions where it's like, you know, he's trying to help, but like, you know, he kind of somewhat trapped himself. I'll say it like that. So it was a very, very good read, you know, and I think some people rated it like lower than I did, but I mean, I just like the story. I mean, I really love Vincent Ralph. I loved, just how he did things and how he wrote it, and I'm not ashamed to say 5 stars again for him. I mean, he deserves it. This is his second novel, and I really, really enjoyed it. The last one is also a 5 star. This is a special one that I was talking about from one of my indie author friends. Her name is Michaela Jade, and she wrote her debut novel called Captured. And I was going into this book. It actually reminded me heavily of Hunger Games. In certain ways, like Hunger Games, kind of like Divergent-esque. It was like a dystopian type of novel, and you know, there's not a whole bunch of action in it, but like there's twists and there's turns, and there's a lot of like setting up that is really important and is very vital. You can tell that's going to be like a second novel, which I believe that she's working on right now, and you know, it like snatched, you know, my soul. It just like it was good, and the twists and the turns, it really brought it up. It rounded it up to that 5 stars, because like, you know, when I was talking to her, I was like, girl, you wrote this book, you know what I'm saying? I was like, go ahead. You know, it's just amazing that she wrote such a deep and dynamic book, and the characters are young, you know, they're very relatable. I loved Emerson so much as the main character. I loved Jasper, and I'll put like a little link down below just to go, so you can buy her book. She has a website and everything. She's very, very sophisticated. There's 2 groups of people. I'll say, like, there's like the elite, or there's like the rich and the poor, essentially. And so she's trying to kind of like navigate and trying to like make do for her kind of her found family, like, you know, her friends and stuff like that. And then one day she goes into the society where like the rich and stuff are, and then she kind of gets trapped in there, and so she injects herself with the serum to make herself forget anything that she may know that could help them with what they're trying to do. And so there's like that, and she's trying to remember certain things, and so her visions start happening again. And so it was a very, very good story, and I really loved it. I said I gave it a 5 stars, and she deserved it. And so I would definitely just hope that you guys will go and support her. I said I'll put her link and stuff like that down below to check out her videos. Check out her book. But yeah, that's really it. You know, those are the 7 books that I read last year, and I'm super excited to be reading more. Like, my goal is 100. I'm on my 2nd book of the year, which is the guest list, and I'm really loving the book. And if you guys have any books that you've read that you think I should read that are not on my list, so make sure you go back and watch my first video of the books that we're trying to read this year. Let me know down below. I would love to hear it. And I just hope that you guys are loving the content. I hope it's making you laugh. I hope it's bringing you joy, because that's what I'm all about. That's what this channel is all about, is making everyone feel welcome, making everyone just, you know, kind of brighten up their day a little bit. Even if you're not a big reader, you know, as long as I'm making you laugh, keeping you engaged with the funny stuff, I hope that that's, you know, worth your time. Yeah, make sure to check out all my other videos. I don't want to blabber. Check out all my other videos right here. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. This is your boy J.M. Irving signing out, and don't forget to just, like I said, have a good day. And if you're down, if you're sad, if you're angry, sit down and read a book. You know, calm down, breathe, you drink some water, you know what I'm saying, read a good book, and happy reading.